All right, man. We here. We live. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of One West, Home, New York, under Commander General Yohana. What we do every week is we give you the tools to fix the problems in your life, in your marriage, or whatever. It's just really up to you to take it in and actually do it. You know what I mean? And that's really what we're here for. You know, we're here so that you can internalize these things and actually, what's that word I'm looking for? Apply, right? What you're being told and taught, right? So that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to learn. And, you know, that's why we're here every single week. But the reason that we have this brotherhood and sisterhood class is so that we have a foundation to build off of. Because you can't have a foundation if you don't have brotherhood as that main foundation. So that's what's ultimately going to keep you together and keep us all together, because you know how many dudes I've seen come into the school and leave, sit up in these classes, like they've got all the brotherhood in the world and then leave. Why? Because you never really had brotherhood anyway. You just never been that type of a person, you know, with those types of characteristics that will make you stick around and want to be around your brothers. You know how many sisters that sat in here and they're not here no more, and they say, I'm I.S.U.PK to the death. Right. Where you at? Would you die? So this is why we have the brotherhood and sisterhood class, because we want to, you know, strengthen brothers and sisters, man, so that we can have that strong foundation. All right, so we about to get started. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Just get your preset books together, and we'll go ahead and get everything started. All right, let's get it.
Class 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. I.S.U.PK Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things.
202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you, and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing. All right, we back. All right, so anybody got any questions? Go ahead. You got your microphone? Just turn it on. Just turned up.
I wanted to know, how do I respond to somebody who, like, let's say it's Christmas, they be like, oh, Merry Christmas or Thanksgiving. How do I respond to that?
You can respond 2 ways. All right. You can respond like, okay, man, we ain't supposed to celebrate Christmas. Then that goes into another thing. Right? Like, okay, now you gotta explain why. Then you gotta explain that we're the Jews. Then you gotta explain that Christ we're not supposed to do it because you got to go to Jeremiah 10:1 that show you that you ain't supposed to do it in the Bible. And sometimes when you in certain situations, it's just too much to even, like the scriptures say, not to catch the pearls before swine.
Right.
So it's like sometimes it's just like for the certain situations you in, it's like somebody come up and be like, "Oh, Merry Christmas." Just be like, "All right." You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be like, "Nah, man," because we ain't supposed to celebrate Christmas because blah. Now if the situation is like where you talking to like a family member or somebody that you deal with or whatever, and they say, "Hey, Merry Christmas, man," and you say, "Man, we don't celebrate that, man. We ain't supposed to be celebrating Christmas." You know what I'm saying? Because it's worth the fight. Sometimes, if you had the slavery or something like that, and a white person come up and say, "Hey, happy birthday," you be like, "All right, all right, thanks." You know what I mean? And you just keep it moving. It's not like that deep. Because I remember when I first came into the truth, I was always like trying to, really trying to like tell everybody, because when you come into the truth, you just want to try to fight everything. And then I found myself doing the whole rundown, like, "Man, we ain't supposed to celebrate Christmas." "Oh yeah, why not?" "Oh, because Jeremiah 10:1, it talks about not following the ways of the heathen. See, we the Israelites, and what's your parents? Oh, your parents is African American. Oh, well, your dad, you from the tribe of Judah. See, the tribe of Judah, and then when we was in the wilderness, when we was in Babylon, we was celebrating Christmas." And then then it goes into the whole Christ is black, the whole nine. And guess what's gonna happen? Nothing. I did that. I talked to this cat for like 2 hours at work. He came up and was like, "Hey man, Merry Christmas." And I was like, "Man, we ain't supposed to," I ran down the whole thing. He was like, "Yo, can you come?" Because at that time I was working maintenance, right? And he was like, "Hey man, can you come over to my apartment?" Because he used to like do maintenance. We used to do maintenance in the different apartments around the whole complex. And he was like, "Yo, just come over to my apartment," and then I was like, where we could get away from the supervisor and everything like that. He's like, "Yeah, can you tell me more about Christmas and stuff like that?" And us being the Israelites, I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I stopped doing what I'm doing to go over there to proselytize this brother. And guess what he showed up the next day here? I got a picture of it. He showed up with a hat, with a what's that, Santa Claus, like he's stuck in the chimney and he got his feet dangling out the chimney, and it moves like this. Like when you push the button, it looks like his feet are stuck in the chimney. And I said to myself, from that moment on, I am not going in everything with everybody. You know what I mean? It's definitely got to be worth it. Yeah. But that you had any more on it?
I do have other questions. But
go ahead. You
got a question?
No, go ahead. You good?
Okay. So my other question, Salakia, is, does it say anything about deja vu in the Bible?
Deja vu, like seeing something that you already seen before?
To that.
Is that what talks about?
Remembrance of, there's no form of remembrance. There's no remembrance of former things.
Or things to come?
Because you remember, vu is like, when people say deja vu, it's like, "Oh, I think this already happened before." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then remember, that's what the scriptures say. There's no remembrance of former things.
Right. But then sometimes like
it's like a feeling. You know what I mean? It's like,
the general broke this down before. It's like how like we go through life, right? You know how like we go through life and like you see things that you normally like really wouldn't pay attention to sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we really understand, like when we go through life, how much stuff we actually see, right? And some of the stuff that we see, it don't necessarily apply to our daily life. And sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where you think like, "Man, I felt like this already happened before," or you get that kind of feeling. And I remember the general was breaking it down, like saying like, sometimes it'd be like situations that you might have been in subconsciously that you might not necessarily be aware of in a way, but I would have to get the total breakdown on how he broke it down. But yeah, so I wouldn't say, because then that would be like saying like this already happened before and you are aware that it already happened, something like that. I'm not too.
So like, is there like a preset to it or something?
Where there's no remembrance.
Right.
Yeah, no remembrance of former thing. What thing? Can you pull the preset? Shalom, sis. Sis, she spoke to you. Oh, yeah. Dr. Him, you can move that table. It don't have to be there. If you wanted to stay there, that's fine.
Oh, sure.
If you want the table to stay there, that's fine. Yeah, you can leave it there if you want to use it. That's fine. You can leave it there. I just thought maybe it might be in your way. All right, no sweat.
I'm looking for the. I don't even know if I spelled it.
What? No remembrance? It's in Ecclesiastes.
No, remember. Former thing.
It's in Ecclesiastes like 1.
Yeah, camera's moving, sir.
Oh,
That thing is too close.
it's already.
Let's see, it's going to be, I think it's chapter 1. It's 1:11.
1:11.
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
I'm gonna move this up.
I'm just getting it right. Slacking, y'all. Y'all just bear with me. I'm just getting the camera right. I think I'm good right there.
Yeah, it's just too much.
I actually have to be over more. All right. You had the preset?
It's 1:11.
Ecclesiastes
1:11.
But yeah, General Muhammad gave a breakdown on it, on that same question. I would definitely it's about to say not the Santa hat. I would definitely okay, so Thursday I definitely will go into General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class and ask that same question that you asked. Because I remember somebody else had asked that question and he had a breakdown for that too.
Count the water.
No sweat. But yeah, let's go ahead and read it though.
You said Ecclesiastes 1:11?
Mm-hmm. I got it. No sweat.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Start with 9 right there. 9 through 11.
Yeah, then that goes into the whole breakdown. Damn it. But
You want me to read it?
yeah, you can read it.
If I could. All right, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 11. Or verse 9. You want 11 or 9?
You can start at 9. That's fine.
Verse 9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be.
Mm-hmm.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
Okay, so now the thing that has been, you know what that is? Mm-hmm.
Is that like the past?
Right, but we're gonna get a precept on it. Give me 6 and 10. Go ahead and tell us about.
Man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give him the precept on it too. It's Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. What's going on, Josh?
You, sir?
Shalom, Lord Christ. You gonna wear that garment or what?
Man,
You got plenty of time. Well, you got a good time to wear it this weekend.
Yeah, see, we're gonna be out this weekend.
Yeah, it's here.
I'm about to make my shoulders go like this.
You don't want it. I would wear it. I could fit it. I would have been more that joint. I would have been like, I'm the first nigga with that. You know, you just gotta have your swag, man. Like if I'd have wore that joint, I'd have been like, yo, who did that garment? I'd have been like, the Lord. You're like, yeah, man, I like that garment, Cap. Like, yeah, thank you, warrior. So I would have been the whole time. Go ahead, you got it. You got it, quite design.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 10. That which hath been is named already.
Right. So that thing that has been is named already. Go ahead.
And it is known that it is man.
See that? So that's the thing that has been and the thing that shall be to come. Like, think of it like, okay, when you really think about it, like the people that are younger than you are actually older than you are. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That has to do with the reincarnation.
Yeah, because when you're alive now, right? So people that were on the earth before are dead now,
right?
And those people come back onto the earth as children. So the children are actually older than you are if you really want to get, technical with with the scriptures, more in line with the scriptures, like, and that's how the cycle of life works. So the thing that has been is named already, and it's known that it is man, right? So let's go back to Ecclesiastes 1:11. But that was more just kind of breaking it down. I can give you we can do a whole breakdown on the whole reincarnation thing, but that was kind of like off the topic. So I'm gonna just stick to the question that you had. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
Right, because remember, like a microphone is new. That's new. The internet is new. Stuff like that is new. But people are not new. Man is not new. Go ahead.
It has been already of old time, which was before us. Verse 11, there is no remembrance of former things.
Right. So you figure, so when you say you got deja vu, that's like saying that you remember this is something that already happened before that you remember from a past life or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the scripts. It goes against the scriptures.
Right. Okay.
Right. So what the general was breaking down is it could be something more subconscious than we think. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you've been in a room before, right? Let's just say you've been in a room like just your normal time or whatever, right? Just your normal life or whatever, right? And then say time may pass, and then you be like, I've been in this place before. I feel like I've been here before. It might not have been something you might have been doing, but it might be something that you might have passed along the way. The general got a good breakdown on it.
I remember it's I remember one time I just check my watch or something. It might have been a certain time, or I might have been sitting in a certain place, or maybe had a certain feeling at that time, and unconsciously I probably didn't pay attention to it, just check the watch or whatever. But another time you go and check the watch, and then that time you feel like you've been in that same place at the same time, at the same thought and everything, and it's just the first time I just didn't pay no attention to it.
Yeah.
The second time I'm really paying attention to what happened, but it's I felt like it already happened before.
Yeah,
that first time unconsciously is coming back to the forefront.
You'd be surprised how much stuff we do unconsciously. Just walking in the kitchen and just going like that in the refrigerator. And then, you know what I mean?
Then the next time you pay attention, damn, I think I did this at this exact time.
Yeah, you be like,
you probably did. Yeah.
God, no, I walk now. Now that I'm in my 40s, I walk in the room and be like, okay, why did I come
in? Yeah, you be like, and then you gotta walk out there.
You gotta walk out the room,
come back.
I still don't remember. All right, well, let me go back. And as soon as you go back and sit down and do what you was gonna do, you remember what the hell you had to do. All right, no sweat. All right, so let me get so I hope that answered your question. Quadazar, man. You got any more, or are you good to go?
I got more. I don't want
okay, he came here with a thing. Okay, go ahead.
Where can I put Isaiah chapter 14 and 21 in my precept book?
Anywhere. Put it at the front of it. Yeah, you put that right in there. That's about vengeance, man. You know what I'm saying? Vengeance from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get your precepts on vengeance, you know what I mean? Where it says vengeance is going to be in his mouth with how I go with a two-edged sword. you know, and this is the patience and the faith of all. You know what I mean? I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it's like this is the something of this of all the saints. You know what I mean? Like this is what we're going to get by enduring. The Lord is going to give us the. Hold on, Salakia. Let me back this camera up a little bit.
And if I may, generally, you know, when this scripture is coming out, it's always like an Edomite who's saying, well, you know, I didn't know any slaves or anything like that. So, you know, you wasn't a slave, or you know what I mean? They were like, I didn't know no slaves, and you wasn't a slave, so you know, I can't be punished, and you can't do no punishing.
Yeah,
because I didn't own any slaves. That was our parents, our forefathers.
Right,
you know,
and that's why I said to prepare slaughter. Right, exactly. That's why I said to prepare slaughter for his children, because they are the same people. Because what we just talked about, they are the same people. The same people that you see right now are the Romans, are the Greeks. It's a cat in my class. He's Greek. I was like, when as soon as he said, they was like, what are you, Italian? He was like, nah, I'm Greek. I'm like, oh, the Greeks. Go ahead.
Do they have that regular Edomite look? You know what I'm saying? Like
he got like a brownish. You know how the Greeks have like a brownish look, like a Palestinian, like a not like a Palestinian, but like a you know, Palestinians be like. They be like got a lighter skin tone, but like they're like brown, like kind of brownish, yeah, like them Greeks. I'm like, oh, the Greeks, you know. He told me he like them type of cats. Like, what's his name? What's that dude? The one, Epiphanies, Antiochus. Yeah, he look like Antiochus, Epiphanies. Yeah, like them kind of cats. Them, you know, them Romans, they still here. They in America. He told me he was Greek. That dude was like a centurion back in you know, in the Greek times, or he was a citizen of some Greek, you know, society somewhere. You know what I mean? And we just all just come back over and over again. So that's why, like, no matter where you're at in life, the Lord will always know who you are. And that's how it is. Just like Cain is still here, his descendants are still here, Esau's descendants are still here. Everybody's still here. Go ahead.
Yeah, because like people think
go ahead, speaking of Mike.
Yeah, because people think like the Romans have like just mysteriously vanished or something.
Right.
But yeah, people think like the Romans like vanished, but really, when you think about it, all the Romans did was just turn their country into like a church state.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they did. They just turned their church into their country into a church state. And then the ones who did migrate, remember, they just migrated up to Great Britain and like Scotland and all them areas. And then ultimately, those are the same ones that came over here.
Same people.
Same people that came over here.
You see what happened during COVID when the Romans Rome was getting, woo! The Lord was working on Rome. You know what I'm saying? They had one of the highest death rates of COVID, yeah. And that's why, you know, that's the Lord working, man. You know what I'm saying? Like those people that was dying, it's like, oh man, look at these people, these old people. Those old people was probably the ones that was crucifying people. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I mean? Only the Lord knows. But we're all here. That's why the Lord said, prepare slaughter for his children, because those are the people who put us in captivity. Those are the people who was hanging us. Those are the people who was oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? We're all here. We're still the same people that's been in slavery and been in captivity over the centuries. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. We're all the same people. We're all still here. You know what I'm saying? And we're still in captivity.
Right.
I can't. That is so crazy when I hear somebody say that we're not in captivity anymore. When you go, just think for a second, right? You go to work, right? And you get a paycheck. And the company that you work for is probably not black owned. I'm just going to assume it's not black owned. It's not black owned, right? But then, and I'm not saying some people don't work for black owned companies, but I'm just saying the majority of the people in America do not work for a black owned company, right? And then when you get paid that money, you pay your bills to a company that owns your mortgage, which is probably a bank or something like that who owns your mortgage, which is white people. Go ahead.
So like we get taxed as well.
Right, you get taxed. The company that you pay when you paying Netflix for your Netflix bill, when you're paying your cable company for your cable bill, when you paying your electricity bill, when you paying your insurance companies, your car notes, all those things are not black people. So what are you really doing? You're in captivity. Go ahead.
And then like all the laws that were made to suppress like black people never been repealed. Like all the laws from the 50s, 60s, 20s, 30s. The laws, 1800s, the laws ain't never been repealed and like taken off the books. All that stuff is still there.
Right. So yeah, you can do it. You can start a black business. You know what I'm saying? You could be you could do it. But on the Department of Interior, it haven't even changed. The Department of Interior statistics is black business is 1% of America. 1% of black business is black in America, and that's the Department of Interior. Statistics for black business. So it's just basically a brother with a truck, a few, Hispanic brothers with a lawnmower. You know what I mean? A lawnmower and a trailer. They got a landscaping company, and that's that. You know what I mean? And he can only probably put on his Mexican brothers who, come over here from Mexico. He probably can't do nothing, nothing too big, but he can employ a couple of people, but that's not. On a grand scale, Mexicans work for white people. Black people work for white people. All Hispanics work for white people. You get my point? That's just how it goes. And even the black businesses are still ran by white people because you still have regulations, federal regulations, whatever they have, any type of regulations that you have to abide by, it's still ran by the powers that be. So it's still captivity any way you want to. And white people, they go through the same thing too, but everybody that they have to pay is their own people. You get my point? Yeah, when they got to pay the bank, that's owned by white people.
Right.
When they got to pay the car note, that car dealership is owned by white people. It's always going to empower them and never empower you. All right? All right, no sweat. So let me get just to get into the topic, let me get Proverbs 10 and 12. Was there any more on that you had? You had that was good for your question?
Come on.
All right, no sweat. And it's the question he had was, where should he prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their father? He could put that anywhere because that right there is 101 I.S.U.P.K. Go ahead.
If I may, just for like when you setting up your precept book, one scripture might go into multiple breakdowns. So you don't have to just fit it once. You know what I mean? It might fit in multiple.
Yeah, I was watching Special Young class. I was like, man, there's 50 scriptures.
They pull out the
What you have on, like a robe or something?
I had it was a jacket that my rib.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay. You up there stunting on him now? He's stunting on him now. No sweat. He's stunting on him now.
He's on there.
Yeah, I definitely need a gi. I need a gi. Like, I always wanted one. I just haven't had nobody to make one. I'm sure my rib would make me want it at some point. At some point.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get it.
We'll see. All right, no sweat. So let me get Proverbs 10 and 12. I'm gonna come back to you, Quadazab. You got some more questions, all right? I just want to get into the topic so we can just kind of get off what we're here to talk about. Okay, so we're talking about disagreements, man, and being a sluggard in the truth, man. Can you have disagreements in the truth? Yes, man. Every time it's not always going to be bliss and everything with brothers and with sisters, but what you got to do is you got to have enough brotherhood to be aggressive with it, enough sisterhood to be aggressive with it. So if you see a sister not being a sister, then you should go and say something to that sister, you know what I mean, to let her know. Don't be afraid. Oh man, you cannot wear the tam like that. Pull that thing to the side. I'm not gonna let you go out like that. You get him right. Get him right. Gosh, man, that brother cannot wear his tam like that. He wear it like the fat boys back in the day.
Don't they go like that? Yeah, it should be like that.
If not, man, here you can. There you go, man. We can't let you go out like that. All right. So can you read Proverbs 10 and 12, please?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Hatred stirreth up strifes,
Mm-hmm.
but love covereth all things.
Say it one more time, please.
Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins.
Right, man. Hatred stirs up stripes, man, because when you hate your brother secretly, because that's what everybody do, that's not really here. You secretly hate your brother, and then you start doing stuff that you think that nobody know. We know when you putting out let me just say it like this. We know when you putting out a subliminal post. Right? We know. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you because we just gonna just keep scrolling. But we know when you putting out a subliminal post against somebody. We know we heard it through the grapevine about, you beefing with somebody. But guess what? We are gonna sit back and just know that what you're doing, and then eventually it's gonna come out. And then as soon as you get into a council behind it and you get in front of the generals, the first thing you're gonna do is be like, if we're gonna be we're gonna be on mute listening to you, like, you know what I mean? And when it could have been avoided by just going, if you was a sister, just going to the sister and telling her that, hey, sis, man, I don't like the way you did what you did, and that's that. And then you stand on it. And then that way the sister could be like, oh man, this is serious about it. And you be like, look, if we gotta go to council, we go to council. Brothers too, you know what I'm saying? Like so many brothers, they come into the truth that's not really with us, and then they stick around for a little bit and they have hatred for a brother. Why? Because a brother gave you an order for you to do. When I came into the truth, right, I never had a problem with somebody telling me what to do. Because when somebody tells you what to do, you don't got to think about nothing. They just tell you what to do. Trust me, it works. Brother tell you what to do, just do it. You know why? Because when you go to work, somebody else is going to tell you what to do, and you're going to do it. When you go to work and they be like, hey, how was your day? You be like, oh man, it was cool, man, last night, man. You go to work in the morning, they be like, hey, how was your night? You be like, oh man, I had to take my mom to the hospital. She's not really doing well, the doctor saying that, she got to get on some medication, and then they gonna be like, your boss will be like, oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, man, what I'm gonna need you to do is I'm gonna need you to sweep the floor. After you sweep the floor, I'm gonna need you to mop it. I'm gonna need you to take that mop and go into that bathroom and hit that toilet up, because we can't be having a nasty bathroom. Get my point? So if you don't want to serve your brothers, but you'll go and serve the oppressor every single day without saying nothing, then that's kind of whack. Well, not kind of whack, it is whack. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that, you hit everything head on if you got an issue with somebody, and don't have no issues. I don't have no issues with no brothers in the school, because why would I have an issue with a brother that I got to go to camp with? And we might not make it back. We might have to get in a fight. You know what I'm saying? We might have to rumble a bunch of people. Why am I going to go out to camp when I really don't like you? You get my point? We're gonna find something in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you got to be aggressive with brotherhood. Like, it might be, some people that come in that you might not necessarily have, that connection with, that you might have with, certain people in your camp and stuff like that. But you got to make it your business to go and talk to people. You know what I'm saying? When you have Passover, that's what it's for. When you have barbecues, that's what it's for. You get around and you talk to sisters and find out what they like, what you like. Maybe y'all can have some common ground. Maybe y'all can step out somewhere. And you use those things to build the brotherhood and build the sisterhood. Because ultimately, that's all that matters at the end of the day. You get my point? Like, at this point in your life, you going to make new friends? There's some new people out there you haven't met yet that's just better. You know what I'm saying? Come on. We too old for that now. You know what I mean? You meet people that's good people in your life, the Lord puts in your life, because we've all gained from being in the truth. Now, there's not one of us that can't say that we haven't gained from being in the truth. The Lord gave you a gift. He gave you a gift to be able to have new aunts and uncles. You know what I'm saying? Mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters. And he gave us this opportunity to be able to experience that. That's why you can go to California and you don't have to be a tourist. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Arizona. Who would go to Arizona and not be a tourist? Nobody. You get my point, especially if you're from the East Coast. You know what I mean? You can go. I remember when I was on the road, I went to Vegas, and I stayed the night at the brother's crib in Vegas. You know what I mean? I walked in the crib, and they was like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? And poured my drink too much. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. And then, you know, brother was like, yo, this the room. You can sleep in this room. Gave me the whole room. And, you know, they make sure I was good. You know, when I went to Texas, same thing. It's like, brother, when a brother sees that you're coming from a long way, you know, they want to show you a good time. They want to make sure you're good. When I went down there, Knock came, was like, what hotel you in? All right, I'm on my way. Officer Knock came, scooped me up, took me to the school. Was like, all right, after you know, we were chilling, he was like, all right, I'm gonna take you back to the hotel. You know, like brothers always want to show you a good time because we all believe in brotherhood. And it should be no different for a sister. When a sister pull up, that's all she should say. If a sister pull up in the Delaware zone, we got to do everything that we got to do for that brother or that sister. You get my point? Even if you're tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be at work, but they be like, all right, the brothers at, you know, Captain Azania. I was in the bed. Captain Azania, Captain Ariel called me. It was like, Captain Azania was dropping me off. Remember when they had the North Carolina camp and right before Passover, and he was like, Captain Azania, he was bringing me home, and we got into a accident. He's here. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the bed. I'm watching TV. You know, we got the AC running. I'm not trying to do nothing. But he was like, hey, he's down here. You know, we at the hospital right now, and we about to, I'm gonna call you when I get out. By the time he called me, it was like 1 Sunday in the morning. But I made sure I stayed up. You know what I'm saying? So that I can be here to be there for the brother while he was in this zone. You know what I'm saying? Because any brother or sister that's coming into your zone, you got to take special care of. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to the door, Captain Azania at the door, right? He don't come down here that often, but he was there. And I was there to make sure that he had a place to stay and to make sure that he was safe. And then when I had to leave in the morning, my rib went and got him something for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Got him breakfast, everything. And we made sure that he was good while he was here. And that's where every sister should do, every brother should do. You know what I mean? Because brotherhood and sisterhood is truly a weapon. All right? But it said, read it one more time. It said what?
God. Verse 12. It says, hatred stirreth up strifes.
Right, because the hatred that you have will cause contention between the brotherhood and the sisterhood. Right? Go ahead.
But love covereth all sins.
Right. But as long as we love each other, then we won't sin against each other. Right? We won't have sex with each other's wives. Right? We won't lie to each other. We won't do things that are sinful against each other because love is going to make sure that doesn't happen. Right? Because you're going to want to treat a person like you want to be treated, and the sister is going to treat another sister how she wants to be treated. That's, man, we really don't even, for us that have been in this school for a while, we don't have to really go through this, but we got to go through it because it always comes a time where, you know, those things will be tested. You think Satan ain't in here? You know what I'm saying? Satan is going to always try to come up in something, you know, and then, you know, you get, you know, people who don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, and then next thing you know, they're surviving a cult. Yeah, that's it. You know, they're getting interviewed on Clubhouse. You know, come on now. You get interviewed by other sisters who left the school. So we don't want to make sure that we're on that side. You know, we want to make sure that we got brotherhood and sisterhood. And, you know, don't look at it as, like I always say, don't look at it as a school. Look at it as your brothers. You know what I mean? Your brothers that's here. And then you'll be fine. As long as that is your rock, you'll be fine in the school. All right? No sweat. Let's Ephesians 4:26.
Want me to read that one?
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Hold on, let me get 22 first. And then skip down. Let me get 22 to 24.
Come on. The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
Right. That's what we all were. That's what we all were before we came into the truth. The old man. So you want to put off that conversation concerning the old man, right? Which you used to do before. Right? Go ahead.
Come on. Which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that ye put on the new man.
Right, because when we all come into the truth, we all have habits and stuff like that we did in the world. So now that we're in the truth, we're new people now. We're new men. So we can't be the same way that we were before we came into the truth. You have to change. What happens so many times is brothers come into the truth and still try to be the same way they were in the world. And sisters come into the truth and try to be the same way they were in the world. When you was in the world, you was a weirdo. A lot of people was weirdos in the world. You was a weirdo. You was a goofy. You was all of that. And nobody was really dealing with you like that. But you come into the truth and you get blessed with brothers and sisters that can tolerate you. You know what I mean? That's something you don't want to throw away. Right. Because what happens when you go back to the world? You back to being a goofy again. Part of the goofy gang. And now nobody wants to deal with you because you're just weird. And you know what I'm saying? So you don't ever want to, I'm not saying that for everybody, but some people who came in here and left, they were weird. They're just weird people and nobody would ever deal with you because I don't see why you got to be a weird person to say you hate the school, but then when you leave, you spend every breathable moment to talk about the school. If I wasn't a weirdo and I was that nigga in the world and I left the school, I'm in the world. I'm gonna go back in the world. I'm gonna get some women. I'm gonna smoke weed. I'm gonna go to the strip clubs. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Why would I spend my time on Facebook trying to put a comment out there, a post out there about the school? That's not gonna mean anything anyway. It's not going to stop the Passover. It's not going to stop people from coming into the school. It's never worked. So why would you even waste your time even doing it? It's because maybe you didn't have a life in the world. Maybe you were a weirdo, and the only way that anybody ever dealt with you was because you're in the school. So maybe if, considering your pitiful, existence that you had, you might want to, lean on the brotherhood and actually be somebody new. Right? Because if you wasn't popping in the world and you didn't have anybody following you, because you in the world, you got 20 followers. You come into school, you got 1,000. You know what I mean? To probably start out with. You know what I'm saying? Your music sucked in the world. You come into the school, and then maybe you could become a new man, and people will listen to your music. You get my point? So everything is better when you're in the school and you got people around you that support you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to put off the old man and put on the new man. All right. Keep going.
Which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. Verse 25.
That's good. With separateness, right? The Most High. Remember, we all were watching a video somewhere. That's how we got into the school. We got into the truth because we saw somebody's light in the truth. And that's what made us go to it and want to join the school. Something in your spirit said, go there. And that's what we all did. I watched everything. You know what it was for me? It wasn't all the militancy of the school. You know what made me want to be in the I.S.U.PK, what made my spirit be like, that's it. Because I looked at everybody else and I was like, they're standing on a podium. You know what I mean? They got the signs going all the way around. They got brothers standing around the signs. You know what I mean? They commanding more. They have a more of a commanding presence. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, that seems like it's more put together. You know what I'm saying? I've seen other camps, and I was like, brothers, with book bags on, and some brothers look Arab, some brothers, some brothers was just look like they were just out there. You know what I mean? They didn't have a Bible, they just had a phone. Like, I'm like, that don't seem like it's like put together. You know what I'm saying? Then I seen the garments. I'm like, I didn't look at it as it was like crazy or nothing. I'm like, the garments look like ancient. You know what I'm saying? Like when I seen like Captain Zariak, like it was like a Sonetta video where they was doing like Sabbath service, and they had it like slowed down. I was like, and they had like the the wine and everything. I'm like, man, that look different. That's what's more resonating with my spirit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I came, you know what I'm saying? But all of us were created, you know what I'm saying, by the Most High, right? Once we came into this truth, and then the Lord gave us the spirit to be holy too, right? Which is to be separate. So a lot of people come into the school and they act like they're separate, but they're really not. You know what I'm saying? Because your auntie is stronger than you are. That's what it is. Your rib is stronger than you are. You just a little punk, and your rib got you out the truth because, I've seen them. Hey, what you say with all about? The one sister, it was a brother at school. He left the school. She was like, his name was what was his name? What's his name? She called him by a slave name. Yeah, his name was like Chad. Chad. It's either me or the school, Chad. She didn't even recognize his name. But his name was Kabad. Look, his rib said Chad. I said, damn. Look, if your rib say that, you better make sure you stay in the school forever. Because if your rib get you out of the truth for that, she ain't never gonna respect you. So you better make sure you don't ever leave the truth. Ever. But let's keep going. Hey, you gotta maintain your manhood, man. Because if your rib, because remember, your rib is a lioness. She's a lioness. So, if she see like, oh, this thing weak, you know what I mean? Then, next thing you know, you're gonna be in the polyandry relationship.
She gotta have multiple
All right, let's keep going. All right. But let me see. Let's see. Proverbs 19 and 13. Let me see what that is. Hold on, let me see. Let me see something real quick. Oh no, I'm in the wrong one. Let me just look at it real quick. Let me get, where is it at? Hold on 1 second, John. Oh, it's a lot here. Okay, go ahead. We can go there.
So you said 19 and 12?
19 and 13.
19 and 13. The book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 13. A foolish son is the calamity of his father.
So we're talking about, like, what we're talking about right now is we're talking about disagreements. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're in the truth, you know, like things that you're going to have with brothers. Remember, what we're building on is brotherhood and sisterhood. So it's always going to come at you from different angles, right? But go ahead.
Come. And the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping.
Meaning this, it's always going to happen, right? You're gonna argue and things like that. But at the end of the day, you got to forgive each other and move on, right? You can't just harbor on it forever. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to forgive and come back together and deal with issues that you might have and figure out a way and what works best for you and your household. That's really all it boils down to. Chris looking at me like he don't know what the hell I'm talking about because all his girl act good, huh? Yeah. All right. We're gonna see. He like, I don't know what these niggas talking about. But at the end of the day, those are things that we all gonna deal with. You're gonna deal with that contention that comes from your rib, right? You gotta find ways to just get over that. I mean, you know, before you know it, the years will go by and you know, you'll get by. You know what I mean? It's nothing that's that detrimental to a relationship that, you know, you can't work out. All right. It was one I had. It was and then also, you know, in order to have brotherhood and sisterhood, you gotta be here, right? You gotta be here to have it, right? You can't have brother and sisterhood at the crib. You can't have brother and sisterhood, you know, doing what the hell you want to do, right? We shouldn't go out to the club and catch and find you there. Hey, look, and don't nobody know you were supposed to be there. Like what? We should all pretty much know what we all doing, right? Right. You know, I know if Zaraj stepping out, he pretty much make it known to everybody, right? And we all know. So it's like we don't just, you know, just go out and be like, damn, all right, what's going on? You know what I mean? Shalom, Lord Christ, you know. And then it's gonna be weird because nobody knew what you was up to or what you was doing. Sisters should be the same way. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something, you know, let a sister know, man, what you gonna do, man. Right. You know, don't be like, you know, like, man, I don't really mess with that sister, so I ain't gonna, you know, invite that sister out. You don't want to get like that because that can get real bad. And then that could be, you can get clicked up. And you don't want to be like that, like clicked up or anything like that, because eventually y'all just gonna turn on each other. And as soon as we get in the council, I'm gonna be on mute. I'm gonna be on mute. As soon as Jennifer be like, what's going on? He's like, go ahead.
Or a lot of times, you know, you can click up around evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you clicking up around because, you know, one sister talking about her husband or one sister talking about the school or something else. Then the other sister sitting around, ain't nobody saying nothing, everybody listening, you know, listening to the tea. And you know what I mean? It's just everybody clicking up around evil. That can never, it will never end up well.
Right. And as soon as they go to council, they're gonna be like, yo, Tazaiwan, you gotta be in the council. You know, then I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I got here though. You know what I mean? But I'm here. You get my point? And then it goes back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get there. You know what I mean? The main thing is to stay out of, you know, getting to that point by just having brotherhood and sisterhood, and you'll be fine. You'll see the years will fly by, and you'll be great. You'll have a great life in the truth. Everything will be fine. You'll occasionally argue with your husband, right? And you'll be fine. Everybody's good. No fuss, no muss, right? And you'll be good to go. All right. But also, like I said, you gotta be, in order to have brotherhood and sisterhood, you have to be available to have brotherhood and sisterhood. Because so many people talk about us not having brotherhood, but they're not here to show us how to have something. They, you know, all this wonderful brotherhood that you got, you know, locked away, you know, secretly. Then maybe if you was here, maybe you could show us how to have some, since you said we don't have none. But we will never be able to experience that because you don't have any yourself. and you just using, the brotherhood, to kill yourself off. I always go there for some reason. But that's what it is. It's like, if you really don't have brotherhood or sisterhood, and I keep saying it, I'm saying it simultaneously. If you don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, then and you don't want to be here, then just leave. You know what I'm saying? I think what people think is like, I don't want to leave the truth because I know it's the truth. I don't like being here. I hate this, but I don't want to leave because I don't want to go to hell. You know what I mean? When I die, I don't want to go to hell, and I want to be able to get a crown. I want to be able to make it to the kingdom of heaven. I want to be in 144. I want to, all the wonderful things that you want to, the reward. Right? You want to be a part of the reward, but you really don't want to be here. So it's like, well, if you don't want to be here, just leave. Just be like, all right, no sweat. This ain't really for me. I'm really not into this, and just roll. But instead of you just doing that, you try to figure out a way to commit suicide by the brotherhood or the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? I always use that as an example. You know how like a person that want to commit suicide, right? But they don't have, why won't they do it themselves?
No guts.
Right? You don't have enough guts to kill yourself, or why else don't you want to kill yourself?
Because you'll be responsible for killing yourself. But
right. And what'll happen? What do they think that'll happen in their mind? Huh? Yeah, you're gonna go to hell. Right? So when you want to commit suicide, but you don't want to kill yourself because you know that you'll go to hell, right? That's the Christian ideology, right? So what do? You go pick a fight with a cop. You go pick a fight with a cop and go like this. And he said, hey, baka. You know what I mean? So that's what you try to do essentially with the school. You really want to leave, but you don't have enough heart to kill yourself off and just say, I don't want to be here. I'm done with this. I'm out. You know what I mean? With all this, you know what I mean? I don't want to say con or uncon. I don't want to, do none of this. This is whack, right? Just roll or just find somewhere else you can go. But you don't want to do that because well, maybe you should just be quiet and follow orders. Then you'll be all right. You'll be fine. The years will go by and you'll get in an occasional argument with your rib. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. And the years will go by and you'll be fine. All right? All right. No sweat. So sluggards, right? This is let me get Proverbs 26 and 13. Proverbs 26 and 13.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
The slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. That's
because, when people are not here, you know what that is? Break it down for me, Quadazar.
Salakia, I don't even know.
What's a slothful man?
A lazy man.
Right. And then he says that it's a lion in the street. It's a what? It's a, hold on. Where I lost my spot. Man. 26 and 13. Right.
Oh,
so he's saying there's a lion in the street. The slothful man says there's a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. What does that mean? Like, so this is the person who's lazy. I don't want to give it to you, but they're saying there's a lion in the streets. It's a lion in the streets. It's a lion in the way. What are they doing?
They're only saying that there's a lion in the streets, lion in the way.
You want it. You want it. Any sisters?
Give them something.
Creating an excuse so they can procrastinate.
There you go. Because, hey, look, you got to come to class, man. But it's a lion in the street. It's a lion in the way. It's a lion in the door, in the front of the door. So I can't get into the school because there's a lion out there. You get my point? This is what people say because they're just lazy and always got a damn excuse. How many times you walk in the store, they be like, oh, I seen a dude the other night. I was walking to the store. I said it the other day. I'm walking to the store and I see this dude. He's walking. You know how like you walk somewhere and then somebody's walking your way. So like he's like I'm coming out the front door. He's walking already that way. I'm going to the corner store. So he's in front of me. I'm walking. He's in front of me, and he's like almost a block ahead of me. And I'm walking. Then I see he walking into the store. So I get up there. I walk in the store. He comes in. I walk in. And he's like, "Oh, I.S.U.PK, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh yeah, I listen to Captain Cesario." I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "You live here? You live in Wilmington?" He like, "Yeah." I said, "Yo, we down there. You know what I'm saying? We got classes every night." He like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come through, man. I'm gonna come through, man. I'm gonna get down there." Niggas always got excuses. Like saying to me, "I listen to Captain Cesario" is not a flex. You know what I'm saying? You know what a flex is? If I see you here, that's the flex. If I see you sitting in class, that's a flex. I see you ringing the doorbell, that's a flex. I see you at camp not being a trooper, but you still passing out flyers, that's a flex. Not you saying, "Yeah, man, I listen to Captain Cesario." That's whack. You know what I'm saying? You know how cats do. They'll call and say something. They'll say something on the show to Cap, but it'll be like a pandering type of thing. And Cap like, "What you mean by that?" Like, "Yeah, man. I like the oils, man. Yeah, your oils, man. They fire, man. I put some on the other day, man. And all the girls was on me." Wasn't no girls on you, man. You just had some good smelling oil on it. Nobody said anything to you. That's the reality of it, right? What they say, what? Say it one more time.
The slothful man say it. There is a lion in the way. A lion is in the street.
There's a lot in the street, man. Let me get Ecclesiastes 38 and 25. I'm flipping it. You're going from the brotherhood to the slothful because the brother, you can't be slothful in having the brotherhood. You get my point? So we're gonna just pull a few more scriptures. What time is it? All right. So we got about 15 more minutes. All right.
Slacker, what was the chapter?
Ecclesiastes 38, or it might be Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. Sluggard, y'all. Ecclesiastes 38 and 25.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 38, verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
The plow.
The plow.
Break it down. Look, Chris, break it down.
How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
Mm-hmm. Do you got any ideas? I'm just picking on.
I'm going to see what's wow.
So this farming equipment.
Any ideas? I believe the brothers know. That's Dosh, all the brothers pretty much know. I already know they know, but I just wanted to see. I don't know if the sisters know. I probably do because I've been in class for a minute. So I just want to give the brothers a chance to answer it. Come on, man. We got 14 minutes left, man. We're gonna wait until we get down to 5. Let's go. What you got? Nah, I'm messing with you. Go ahead. I'm just serious. You ain't got nothing, man. It's cool. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you said you got it? Oh, you said you don't got it. All right, no sweat. That's what we're here for. This is what? Class, right? These is walls in here, right? We did a lot of work for this class right here. All right. We need the sisters to come in here and decorate. You know what I'm saying? We need that. I'm gonna just throw that out there. Well, go ahead.
Can I give it a try on?
Yeah, go ahead.
When he says like the cloud part, could I say that he could get wisdom by learning how to use?
Nah. I'm gonna break it down. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Basically, if all you're doing is working and you take glory in the things that you're doing, and you're occupied with those things, and all you do is talk about, man, I went to work today. I was at work. Like, you're going to not be able to focus on the things of the Lord because you're talking about capital.
Right. Get it to their hand. That's the point. How many? Look, they say this is old and outdated, Sarai. It's not. How many people can't come to class because they say that they got to work all day, all night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Come on now. Do you really got to work that much? I don't think so. I think the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, but he still lets you have 2 days off to do something, right? But you don't because you glory. You know what I mean? You hold your hand to the plow, right? How can you get wisdom? How are you going to grow in the truth if you're always at the slave? Go ahead.
It's like your job, they put up the voluntary overtime. They try to do the voluntary overtime.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hey,
man, they made it through overtime, man.
Don't be afraid to tell your employer that you got to go do the Passover.
Do something else.
You know, you had to slave. You like, I need to have off because I just need to have off. Just tell them, yo, I gotta go to the Passover. I had got a scholarship for a trucking thing, and she was like, hey, this is all expenses paid. You ain't got to pay for anything. It just starts April the 15th. I was like, I can't do it. I can't take it. She was like, why? She was like, these don't come along that long, all the time. I'm like, well, I gotta go to Passover. She was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, we got the Passover, you know what I'm saying, coming up, and I'm gonna be out of town from this day to this day. And she's like, okay, all right, thank you, and hung up, you know what I mean? And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, I turned down, you know what I mean, an opportunity to go to school for free. And then right as soon as Passover ended, I just got an email. It was like, hey, you start Monday, you know what I mean? You start Monday at this time. So mysteriously, she found another scholarship. She told me it wasn't no more of them. You know what I mean? She said, these don't come along all the time. But mysteriously, she came along with another. Go ahead, sis.
A lot of times, if you read your pamphlets at work, they do give you time off for certain things, so you can't come out straight say, you can get these off.
But you know what it is, sis? People, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead, give it a mic.
I was just going to say my favorite line is religious reasons. That's the end.
Right, you don't gotta get all
conversation that makes everything, and you automatically get your time that you asking for.
Yeah, but it's like no, look, you gotta be able to do it. You know what it be?
Go hard.
You know what it be with brothers and sisters? they don't feel that them wanting off for a religious reason is be respected.
Yeah.
But Christians do it.
Or you're embarrassed to.
Yeah, you're embarrassed to say you're an Israelite. So you're like, oh, I can't ask, can I have all? But them Punjabs with that damn turban on their head, they didn't work it out to where they could have that on while they're being police officers. You know what I mean? The Punjabs have the turban on while they're police officers. You get pulled over with a dude with a turban. That's crazy. Hey, but Tatiana, you get a high speed chase. With a nigga with a turban on. Hey, Zerai, you know the funny part is when he gotta fix it to chase you. Yeah, but you know what it is? They get their religion respected.
Right.
So why not let somebody respect your religion? You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do. You know, once I graduate, I know I'm graduating. I'm graduating with my full. They're gonna be like, "Damn, this nigga crazy." I'm gonna show up with fringes, the whole nine. They're gonna be like, "Damn, this is gonna look crazy on the wall." But yeah, man, you can't get wisdom if you always act the slave all the time. Right? And if you glory in all the wonderful things you do as a slave, you're not going to ever get wisdom. All right? Keep reading.
Verse 26. He giveth his mind to make furrows and is diligent to give the kind fodder.
Hold on. I think you skipped the rest of 25. But it's 26 is going to go into it, but 25 is where you want to be.
Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gate?
And the gold is like that spike thing that you use to make the ox go a certain way. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
That driveth oxen and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks.
Right. So you're always talking about money. You're always talking about your job. You're always talking about things that mean absolutely nothing to the truth, and you're unfruitful in the truth. You don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to be here amongst the brothers. You want to be here amongst the sisters, and you want to do everything you can to be here. Right? Because, I mean, as the years go by, you know, you start thinking maybe Christ's not going to be here next year. You know what I mean? Or the rest of this year. You know, a lot of people, they get in the truth because they like, well, Christ should be back by December 25th. You know what I mean? By December 25th, you come in the truth, you think he's going to be back by Christmas. You know what I mean? When you realize, man, that this truth is about enduring. This truth is about work. It's about doing what you have to do and enduring over the years. I remember General Muhammad said it. He said, you give the truth your years. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you always want to keep in your mind. That's what you do. You endure. You know what I'm saying? Because think of how many brothers came into the truth because they thought Christ was going to come back in the year 2K. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. Christ didn't return, so they all left. You know what I'm saying? But if he would have returned, then all of the wrong people would have been in the kingdom. You get my point? So now that we're able to, you know what I mean, get this chance to come back to the Lord and be in the school and do the work of the Lord and everything like that, why not give it to your years, man? Why not give it until you have no breath left? You know what I'm saying? Why not? What else you got to do? Go endure in the truth, man, with bad health. You know what I'm saying? Endure in the truth when you're on your weight loss. Endure in the truth when you're going through your trials and your tribulations. Go through it when you're going through everything that you got going on, and then you'll have brothers and sisters that's there to support you. Go ahead.
It's a lot, if I may, especially with like we seeing the signs of the times. You know what I mean? What the hell are you going to go back into? You know what I mean? Like we see all the wars, the rumors of wars. We see this going on, that going on. How could somebody even be comfortable just having fun in the world right now? Like you came from the truth. To go back in the world and just have fun and just forget everything that you know is really happening.
Proverbs 12 and 24.
Everything that you really know is happening in the scriptures. How can we forget about that? Just to go into the world and try to have fun, you know.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. All goes back to what you know. I'm pretty sure you was alluding to that. It's like brotherhood and sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Like you go back because you're willing to leave your brothers and sisters, man, because you never really had any brotherhood. And I can sit in this seat and I can talk like this because I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen fake cats come through here. I've seen fake ass sisters come through here. I've seen it from both sides. Where am I at? On mute. I'm on mute. Gosh, I'm on mute. I'm in the council, but I'm on mute. I'm listening. And I just be like, man, shit crazy. Right? I would rather be watching the movie. Right? BMF is pretty good. Right? But I can't. Because I got to deal with, two brothers that can't have brotherhood. They can't figure it out. Arguing over the dumbest stuff. Right? That you could easily fix by just hollering at the brother, man. You know what I'm saying? How like this, I'm gonna give you a pointer how you could deal with stuff too. Like, say like if you feel like a brother wronged you, right? You could go to the brother and be like, hey, man, the other day, man, you said what you said. I know sometimes I probably, misconstrue things sometimes, but I thought that like, when we were coming in the other day and you said what you said, I thought like maybe you was a little upset and the way you said it or whatever like that. Maybe I'm tripping. The brother be like, what? Ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that, man. Look, my bad. I was coming in, I was just saying what I was saying, but it's like I didn't mean it like that. Right? It's like you taking low, but you still getting to the, you know what I mean? You still getting to the meat of the issue. Right? But then it's like, if you feel like that happened where a brother said something to you and you felt like it was wrong, but you like, I ain't gonna fuck with that nigga on the low, right? I ain't really gonna fuck with that nigga like that. Yo, we going out? Yeah. Hey, yo, you gonna tell what's the name we going out? You like, you gonna tell that nigga we going out. You see what I'm saying? And now you done made that pact with Satan. Now you done made the pact. Now Satan got you now. Because now he like, yeah, got this nigga. And he laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, yeah, I got this nigga. Now this nigga's mad at that nigga. But he too afraid to tell that nigga, you know what I mean, that he got an issue with him. Or he like, yeah, I got this sister to be mad with that sister. And she too bitch made to go to that sister and tell her that she got an issue with her. So now they both hate each other. You get my point? And it just stirs up strife in the school. You know what I mean? Remember how we said earlier? But love, it covers all of that. You see what I'm saying? But that's how it works. And then next thing you know, you got, this person leaving the school doing videos, that person leaving the school doing videos because they both just too bitch made to even say anything. And that's why, go ahead.
All the sisters that was clicked up with like this one sister or clicked up with this other sister, when they leave it, and, like I said earlier, they was clicked up around evil. You didn't told the sister all your business, and then when she leave the school, that's what she do. Because I want to every conversation she ever heard,
yeah,
everything you ever told her about yourself, and that's just how I go.
Yeah, and you'll get like maybe like on social media. Chris know what I'm saying. Social media ain't the same as it used to be. Social media, you get about a week. You get about a week before nobody's going to even be thinking about what the hell just happened. You know how they're going to get overshadowed by like, what's his name? What's that dude? No, not Kendrick Lamar. The dude, Lil Uzi Vert doing splits. Remember how he was like, hold on, let me get that goes viral, and nobody give a damn about what the hell you was talking about in school. Why? Because him doing 6 splits is more entertaining than what the hell you talking about. You talking about the school and we not following the Bible. Nobody gives a damn about that in the world. He do 6 of them joints. Let me get I got 2 more scriptures, y'all, and we out of here. Proverbs 12 and 24.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule.
That's right. Keep reading.
But the slothful shall be under tribute.
That's right. You ain't gonna get no power if you ain't. Look, you always gonna bear tribute without any power. You get my point? So you want to make sure that you doing it and getting into the game, and you're gonna get power. You're gonna get everything you want. Sisters be like, man, what can I do in school? I can't teach nothing. You know, this is like, I can't do nothing in school because I can't take full control of this Bible and teach everybody. You ain't got to do that. Guess what you can do? You can go into Walmart and go talk to these people and be like, look, hey, you know, I represent such and such. You know, what we do is we feed the homeless, and we would like to know if we can get, you know, the packages or the Denny cans that you're going to throw away, and we can possibly get those and we can give them away to homeless people. And they say, you know what? Yeah, we could do that. We know somebody, this is somebody who deals with nonprofit organizations, and we can do this and that. And you can strengthen the school by you putting your brick in. You get my point? There's other ways that sisters can get glory in the school. You just got to work it. You know what I mean? And not just think that you can't do it. You can do anything you want in the truth. There's nothing that can stop you in the truth. You can do as much as you want, or you could do as little as you want. But at the end of the day, we all get this. We all get this talent, this gift from the Lord to do work. And every gift that you get, you're supposed to increase that gift. Y'all know the parable, right? Of the talent and the 2 talents and all that. You get that gift and you're supposed to multiply it. If you don't multiply that gift, then you're going to dig it in the ground and you're going to be unfruitful in the truth. And that's just all that's going to happen with you in the truth. You're not going to have brotherhood. You're not going to have sisterhood. You're going to be unfruitful, and you're going to be that seed that's sown among thorns. Right? Any more on it? Read it one more time.
Verse 24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute.
Right, you'll always be under tribute because you're slothful, right? You got to be not slothful with brotherhood, not slothful with sisterhood, and you got to make it work. We in 2024, and there's no reason for excuses. There's no reason to be, what's that word called? Ignorant. And there's no reason for you to act like you're new to this truth or anything like that, because I look around the room and I'm on YouTube. There's a lot of familiar faces in here, and everybody pretty much knows what the hell they got to do. So let's just do it moving forward. All right. All right. So then you ain't got to worry about, you know, you don't have to be the Salakia brother or the Salakia sister. All right. The Salakia sister. Always say Salakia. You know, you ain't got to be like that. Let's be the person who works, the person who does what they're supposed to do, the brother who stands on brotherhood, the sister who stands on brotherhood. I've been saying it both the whole time, right, Father? I've been saying it both ways the whole night. And then we'll have a better school, stronger ranks, and we won't have to worry about the bullshit that comes along with us not standing on the foundation that Christ told us to have. All right? No sweat. We out here. Anybody got any questions? No. Don't turn the class over to priest and officer Metallurgy out. People in here. Yes. Let me come back here. Oh, slide it. Okay, I got you right. 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Oh, wrong way. Oh, there we go.
I.S.U.PK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to learn and share themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister is interested in a particular person, or to seek counsel from the head. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew. I.S.U.PK. That's 10% of every penny, any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offer for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of First Fruits coming up in June the 17th.
That's right.
And that will be in Smyrna, Delaware. If you're in Delaware, it will be at 202 North DuPont Boulevard. All right? So make sure you come out. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Amajim, need to stand. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yeah.
Yamatah, SARS, we need to turn. We'll get Sister Kersey salute. Sister Amajim, we need to stand. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yamatah, class of Smiths.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, that's why I want you to say.